Again, I do baha.
I'm a far from
her. Nanum, Obama, Nanum go from Betty. I am
Sammy. I asked me about my baby.
No man was again. I do be here.
Hey, Nana, did he come what's nasty?
DL News.
Yamamo akwaba afe kasiabo no mu enchiremu ankasa enin yensha kasiabo na se ne yensha ase emfam free o my Ghana yensi kasemum na eye World Bank country the letter e de Ghana Liberia NF so eye Shelelon Robert Telisio o de swa tudwa e de kokobo e de ato o my Ghana mpanifo anim sem enmanimu yada yentu ya boase ne yentiatia break enkakra Elfan bosia hodoa o mampanifo o madweso no mani betra manone akwaje bosia abedi dwuma o manyim ente sa pa de a ebegeta emoman yada pa etimi adabonten openi kase no kire mi sem sesi ye kese no Ghana sika sem no egusu a enya nkwa enkakra se bi abofra bia ntoburache no ne de moria hodoa sra no ho amazesia no ho baba na kakra ne enyam toboase ne ye pre ye ho pa de yale ne besa sore moman Yesika sem ebesa agensrepe eni pateku a enya de bebo momen yetimagina ya naso ewo yesika semu odi se wade tudwa emra na World Bank na ono pa dwumadi a edi adaso onom eni se ye public finance a year review reporter dwumadi adaso ne ye burden the foundations for a resilient and equitable fiscal policy na wade mu kirem sem enuma hodo betimi aboa na omaga ne sika sem atumi agya ne naso no abanya bai mekire Ghana mampanin John Dramani Mahama ene ni semanyo kwe aban ento mbo ase no muntetia break kakra titru efa sika hodo a ye adwen se betua ye nan akwa monone akwaji $US bia beditwuma no o kirem se ye pre ye ho paade a ya so ebetuma ye hyepam openi kase o kirem se o my Ghana bosia hodo e kwabro ye efa IMF dwumadi hodo a ye de ho kwahye ase ye ne akwa de se be yare boni achi o man dwumadi e bedi e bia no ase bo moden ne ye di hyehye so ente sa de a yaso be ya hyepa efise de ho akwahye kam nti no o man ntumi di ndwuma se de ono wankasa pe e wo mra policies ahodo a IMF fonifo de ba ye no ye betumi akoti ne ye niswata wakasa kirem sem enam hyehye ahodo e koso no mikese ne e research na ahodo ene ka ahodo a ye kwabrobosia e wa monane ne ade no e ma Ghana no edu babi no hyehye konka ma mikese ne etumi nya $3 billion a eno no etumi aboa nkakra esika sem no egusu a enkwa etumi bam no dokokobo e de ma Ghana sei sese ye kese ne sika sem anyame ya dom na enkwa ebam nkakra sei ya pray ye ho pa de na ya jo sei akwaje bosia mansan dwaso bio na nsesi dia o man ya so ba ya hyepam na de nam ho amikese ema country director Edema World Bank a Ghana oda ya no okrum ha sei no talisio kirem sem na sinya da na Ghana mampanin John Dramani Mahama e de adesre e de to osoafo hwe manga ne sika sem anom Dr. Kasra Atuba force anim sem o manga ne bebe ya kono uhwe USA dimpanifo no mwa hodo mo de brand tru efa ya promodin mo ohun HIV enin AC na eniama hodo a ye nyane ndu hodo a de pa no mo kirem sei o ma twa sensan ayetwem ka bia na wo kirem sei mo moden enfi ani ntem amonone ne wo kwampa e befa so wanya sika na se ndu hodo no manyensa ka se betumi abona yarefo no wonu mato no nso mikese no talisio kirem sei se Ghana mampeni anya botre ne de ani kirem no ne kwa jebosia sesi ya wo $US ne mu dia o man yebehuna mande pa weso nsima hodo a efri World Bank mpenifo kokobo mo de ate Ghana enimrei yede mu nkirimo esum ye na tiefo
Yento akase abone so na rapid responder ye units for Adema Forestry Commission akose excavators and 9 ahomachi ya no ye galamsey site omo ye former gudi etuno omo site ono ma we ye etiwa range forest no makoho no akose excavators and 9 eno no mudidi omujuma ye site ono mo kire se ha etiwa fo ye papa inte ye rapid response team for no etimi akoho no akose ni na no mu kire me anya de omutimi chi minus yes and say omo hu so omo ba pe ana omo diri mika na ndie omudwane ade omonkwa ade fa baabi ekoye ana ya forestry commission CEO Dr. Brown ade sama betu je kire se o de one kese pa na de ma ya forest records ne san se enya ade omode omo ho be tra omo kra so omo hu omo se omo se ya oman Ghana ya forest ne san se ade omo ye de omo se ya krono pa ana omo bo into tai ya rapid response unit na chi ye papa san e be yo betimi ako na oman Ghana ya forest no matimi ejina san e be ya bibia ebetimi akosuye
Sikapa enti we no niam o ma hye ne bi na wo hoi
ai na excavator ba kokra ne bo anya easy o
atiti o na ada na o ma nyina ho o ma dwane
dabi
sanka me ma nanka ma twen ohunu
omo mpesa omo de omo nkwa be di agrosa
ma ade ha me kakra ne excavators ne nka omo je antimpanifo ntumi mfanya bibia okrum ha ye dida tum me dwen ho a ha me kakra
na krampo na sembenya ska ne
ye mo ton a ho be diska no ene de ho da bi enyo mu ndi mo nkoton na mo je a omo fa nkoma district assemblies no mensin mfanya adwuma gates no efin wo mbetumi atimu kama mudi jatum dia me no me ne mo nya adwen enti mo nhye
mo ye kwan krampo no betimi dia boa no mo dia ye kwan no enti ada na mo hye
omo ka so mo koton dis kana brega na dia krache ye ni mo metuma yo kra
dia mo kra
enya adwuma kra yentu akase abo no so ene ye mfa ye ni mfa nkyere mum e wodi opposition National Patriotic Party MPP amayokro no akasa e kyerem sem one NTSS make say Office of the Special Prosecutor dodona etwanity say OSP Kisia Japan aba bonten etime be declare akane Ghana photo samfo Ken Ofoliata say why wanted wale mu kyerem say ensem bi hawa Ghana hatoto Kisia Japan e de pa na woji wo man yi mu Ken Ofoliata e de na ode ayem wale mu kyerem say eyanim guase pa say OSP betimi eja ne tumi so etimi edikre Ken wanted say ono no wabo moden ene wadwane enam say wadi dwirim wabo manga na kanti ene wadwane akwahya monone endi se mayo company fo kyerem sensensem no kura biara nim na mom OSP pesu ogu Ken ene MPP mayo konani masem ene mbo moden efensem trefo nhia mu ewo eye MPP mayo kono wonem headquarters ewo tabopre mantam eye ene eye ya watai ana wonem kase na national organizer edman MPP mayo kono Henry na nabocha dambo na mlane se na napi ekaze na ochire mi se aba OSP pa de omadu ho ya papa every said ya ma wahye no kura bia nim wono mpo achire mi se na watwe mienu ntamu ni ana Ken etwira nkata ekoma Ghana mpanifo ase ne hododo ne kakranti opeso de na ne de kira monone na okwakwagye ayarehwe ene wapa ni sent bibi biara mbehia de afiri ne nchen no omamode anto ne kado beba abebo abehwe manchese atime konkan na nso munim de enti na mekase no Kisia Japan etwasi no di mirikantente ebego pani anim ase wode mu kyerem se de waye no ayefrakatam na nya de pa wo mu kyerem a wo mu di ne ho ya pa every se de waye no etietie Ghana mra ne gu mra anim ase nti na bi kyerem se aba Kisia Japan de waye ebokro pam wode mu kyerem a niam ahodo bi a eye NIB fo mpanifo so eye mota 10 MPP amanyoko ni ma no ene so emu ya papa every se Ghana man pani dada na nada gufo de betena ba nwa suyi 2017 na mo baye en bibi o hono ma OSP ubetimi aja e dia pa na wantimi antu ho na mo amne Ken kwagya yerehwe a wotata ne se wo mu kyem se de ekoso no wonom ebo entimi nwine ho nti nyema ekoso no eya ne sente obeye on sesa na adwen na onya de wo ya na fise we mu hu ne se amanyoko bi na ta na chi enyo no kuto na adwen en ntiri mu pone ma amanyoko bi na ta na chi eya ne yedum se betimi abono wagu mpia amanyoko no mpanimfo anim ase na wonom kyerem se so bi bajemre na oba beso my Ghana enye duabo na nya no me ne mu de omo yei so ma enye ye bedu babi no obi mpo kontumi nkodo so beso mo Ghana firi se obeso na mampe na ofiri akonwa so na tata na bi jemre ene ye nsem twere hin Elvis Kuma Samson twere nkomo e wandi samayoko no atena kasi msem sei na bi ede so mo yei
sanse ya kase obi dwane afiri mra wana se bi pa no he ne tsa kwan kura hu no wayira ne chi yera Ken ko wasre kwan okoya wasa troka ta asre kwan ohonso woni na lawyer for di kwan edi nsawoso wasa kwa the hospital a okon kwa ka ta asa kwa koma last year ebrana special prosecutor ko ye wo ye hwehwemu airbus wasem usu wi here
DLFM 106.9
to for play eko yuti ho enu ko di nkomo eti se o pese uhumu no prayer anade na won fa play na won so ko hospital na won so ko hwehwemu ni ehu ni se ni yewura special prosecutor ye no eye ade a entwaye ensem fata sebe yewura Ken onwane nko bia na mamenkasi so dia so se MPP party any members any obi a no wa ban mu bia no yenwane emfiri atenten ne na emom say ye for kwati kwan na ye de enimguase kwan bi oyaw kwan bi na ye de pese egu obi animu ase say we de nka ye no an say na me na watwe mienu pe na obi tro because so dia so say NPP party and your members and obi a no wa ba mu bia no ye nyane emfiri atenten na emom say ye for kwati kwan na ye de enimguase kwan bi oyaw kwan bi na ye de pese egu obi animu ase say we de nka ye no an say na me na watwe mienu pe na obi tro kata afi wo so we nipa na wo no aya asemo a asefem
Enuachi ena domfrefo edema MPP or suruko kokama nyokro no na nabi esa kire mu se ade aba kumpo a ene wadwene ho a onte ase ene sem empia manyoko wo moden epa Ghana fo adwuma ema mo ye adwuma kama abanse san ba ya Ghana mampani John Dramani Mahama enne eni se manyoko yi aban etumi atena se aterminate Ghana for contract adwedwem se hu echem se Ghana for munko fie nkopa ba bi nkotena o kirema atete wo ho no ma na prison 7 ne agbawura ho wo na fa wa adwuma so we MPP o se hwe wo pa yonim sa ba se sa ba usi ye den firi akwa ne yampa usum ne yapam na de ko Ghana National Survey Ghana National Fire Service wo ho ne yapam o kirema enwuma ku ahodo a MPP amanyokro yi efa Ghana for adwuma ye fodi gu mo no enami kasei endi se amanyokro no aban yi ba ye pe yapam Ghana de hye nyina o kirem sa so wonom so nya Ghana fo na na bo achi kirem se nsema hodo ekoso esisi na so efiri se yentimi ntra man yi mu ema manyosem sabi emfre ya ni na Ghana de hye omo ye oman yi man so yempam omo so omo pa ba bi nkwatena ewo mra omo so ye Ghana fo o kirema ade hye mpam anyokro yi efa wonom adwuma no omo so ye Ghana fo ebio nso omo ye abusuafo omo hwe efie enti aba ne se nene ye pam nipa we nyina so omo nkwatena fie ma de ombedi mpo ba ye den o kirema enema hodo a Ghana mampanin John Dramani Mahama ne na ba ne ye no esisi oman ya so na Ghana fo da na modwene ho a wanam enti asese beto abawie na esesa ban kekenti no bi adwuma bɔ no o kire bɛka kɔfa ho kire dia ba ma Ghana de hye bi nso wanam so na gugem enti sa ne ma hodo a mutuo no so manye ebedu baabi ne Ghana fo dodo na bɛbrɛ pa ma man so ho kire kɛse asa bɔ man wo bio
omuko prisons omuko fire service omo ye nursing for a doctor for omo a the former civil service mu enu mu nyina na omo nye omo krata local government mu enu obia no omo nye omo krata eye December 17 no ekonidi ye yi obi edi asebo etwetwa so eteti amna so yewura Mahama sebe emna na do bae wo so afena mu so aye se o ba be bo Ghana mra ho ban no wa hye mukina wa ma se o ba be teti Ghana mra so yewura Mahama emna do bae ne bo sha wo hye Ghana fo ne se o di adwuma eba wa nka so ba betwetwa adwuma mu eti wei enam mra kwan so na wo krata yewura jilo ze brade bae kwan bo na asefem ni o kan na se o adwuma ye de mo no ase enne amamuo papa enko eno so ni dey me drum mentase eno so ni dey good governance and eno so ni dey ene se bi o ka se omo na mkoti kwan bi so omo na emrabone so ya famra papa so ya ngitumi abusia ansa na ebefa obi ewa adwuma mu no ewa aban mu oje financial clearance ebu okwa for Ministry of Finance ebu ono ma board no
DLFM 106.9
yes you won akande ebetimi je tu omoka omo sorry prekope emfe nipa enti enipa thousands of jobs and Nhyiraba Mahama enam the chief of staff so wetwam abusuan se emo bi akonya so mama yo mampani anasa aban bi ba ye ma no emfie 9 mu no afi bia befa nipa na Nhyiraba Jilote da no rafi se 2016 ebra no say chief of staff kona no ebra onfi aban mu 16 December ono osan krata wo appointee auditor general director no so NCC and Shraj Nisa Shekra Tasia appointment. You run another go for the one can see a term appointment to be a Nhyiraba Mahama, a pencil 2016, our office on a year. Yes, so more at the Yajuma. It will ban will be a nose why a Biatwas. So be a friend, you man, now so often you want Biatwas, who will be more quiet. Yamencha also the 24 hours economy, but every year Jumanopa, every year Jumanopa, it is then and a one banner who knows the Mr. We and Amra Paso. Now, yen the new patriotic party, yen Traho Magana for Enquires Adwoa. Obibia, or Pesa or Namra Paso could be an eternity. Near Mitrahe, and they are Maroya 4 quarter, or Modia Sena could do quarter lady, or Penny Mahama.
And here I would hear Dom Frefo, and I say, I don't Frefo at the MPP, Emmanuel Henry, and Adwoa Agyei Bonham Ranisa and a P. And I wote ni na amani boy yensem treni Elvis Samson Kuma enede ebreye.
Deputy Minority Leader Ewa Mashebedefia Patricia PJ Eden Sama Betu Eya Bayanim say Omumbo Omodiano Munchile Yeni Pebi Omuwe Omohoko Aya former government officials Omufie Ekoye Shishemu Abra Omunim Hoshe na Ocheme Yadi a good former government officials Nenimas ye Papa Esan say Aden Tino Bibe Wiana ho aba ofie aba beye Shishemu Esan say ye OS before any ye NI before Abomodian Akwa ye former finance minister ye Keneto Fowiata any former defense minister Dominic Niti Ufie akwakoye nhwehwemu o kire senya de a eso ani kura ye san say oman ye na ye man nti ade nti na wo be fa so say ye aban na abenti no betimi awia ho akobi fie akwakoye nhwehwemu de omo ye ne de nya de fam na kwan so nti aban enhwe no mpa bibi emfa enye.
On the morning of Tuesday, February 11th, 2025, armed military personnel, police officers, and plainclothes security operatives, without any warrant or justification, stormed the private residence of former finance minister Mr. Ken Oforiatta in what can only be described as a state-sanctioned act of lawlessness. Similarly, on Monday, 3rd February 2025, the residence of Lord Comey, former director of operations at the Jubilee House, was raided with his vehicle unlawfully seized. Former Minister of Defense, Honorable Dominic Nitiwo, was also targeted as security operatives chased him down and forcibly took possession of his vehicle while it was at a workshop. We will not remain silent while political persecution takes root in Ghana. This country belongs to all of us, and no administration has the right to weaponize state institutions.
We are not to say yes, and beside NI before could be say Frank and not on prayer.
The National Intelligence Bureau, the NIB, on Monday, 10th February 2025, wasted no time in some the minority chief with Honorable Frank Anodombre for questioning over comments he made concerning the disputed Ablekuma North parliamentary elections results. His words, urging MPP supporters to protect their own, were swiftly deemed insightful and required interrogation at the highest level of the security apparatus. Yet, when Mustafa Bande, the Deputy General Secretary of the NDC and Deputy Director of Operations in the Presidency, openly declared on live television on Friday, 7th February 2025, that the NDC would sacrifice the minority leader, Honorable Alexander Afenyo-Markin, the NIB couldn't found no cause for Allah and did not summon him for questioning. Neither did they demand an explanation for such utterances. The NIB did not also find it necessary.
And near Uti, a deputy minority leader, Patricia Agyei, ne Krakramunan, a minority leader, Lenzana Afenyo-Markin, Eddie Betu Jayachese, a Jumedia Elcosun, and Nunam Soma Yakeneto Foriata, Wabopusaye, Papa, Amana Yari, and Crampono, Etimi Akoswesa, and said Yomoyeno, a Yadia Elquetian ye, Panemum, Ninyaku Pontia, since in Hobatono, Amanaba, Amenshemu, Etimi Akoso.
Mr. Ken Oforiatta, as at this morning, I had an extensive engagement with him. He's traumatized by the labeling of this adjective described to his person, but he still knows that his God is with him. He's undergoing procedure. In fact, I had an early morning engagement with the Chief of Staff who confirmed that indeed Mr. Ken Oforiatta wrote to him and his receipt of the letter. He was very sincere in telling me that. So within reasonable time, I'm sure he would come. I will also engage the Office of the Special Prosecutor, engage constructively, assure him and his office that if there was any miscommunication, I, as a leader of my side, is assuring him that the man will make himself available. He left the country with permission. He would come, and if there is anything that has to be investigated,
and near Uti, a minority leader, Alexander Afenyo-Markin.
Yantua Cassia Bonson Monfen with a mem. Ewo penny power no. And a yoswa for sure Ghana. ya kwantu sense mekire eye transport minister Mr Joseph Bukali Nikwe wakasa kire mi se aso eni guso mbo modern agire mo na so abo ho kwampa wo betumi afaso na Ghana de hia monso mutwi okeda ibi no matimenya tumikrata abo adwuma se baya nansen atata ya hodo a Ghana Police Service mrantie tata mkrum hanom no eto betumi atwam odi se di tudwama bomade kopie mu ewo eye DVLA mpanifo aka chia no mudi nkomo no kire mi se omugutu to ne yama pa ma na timi aboa every so kada adwuma no emo de pasa no manam ene Ghana ni kwa adwuma obekwa kodi traffic mu sa otumi nkoda nanso okada onya bitina kira sema pa eni tete ne wakodu adwuma mu o kire mi se betumi aboma kwani abade hu sensem adwuma yefo nso wanu matumi atoma Ghana de hye nso omoso etwi okada no nso wanum etimenya sika ede ahwefie wakasa kire mi se na so ne bebo maden agya ne naso abadwumaden afa kwani asebia so etimi ahwe hunu se okada adwuma no etimi di dwuma muso anya tumi krata na bo ma Ghana de hye nso a wanum so etwi okada no positive atata no eso betimi atie.
My first day in office, and with so many agencies under my ministry, it is so dear that I take a step into their offices and their operations. DVLA is one of the areas we intend to work to improve upon, to ensure that whoever will sit behind a wheel is properly certificated by the DVLA and certified to use the road. We want safety on our roads. We want people to travel in comfort. We want to ensure that all vehicles are registered properly. We want to ensure that we do not have any connecting persons within DVLA, but that we should have technology to improve upon service to the people. If you are coming for a renewal and it is 45 minutes, as I'm told, you should be able to work within that time, and to ensure that we don't unnecessarily cause delay, such that connecting people or men, or starting from today, we are getting to see what we will do to do a revision of the law to allow them to operate commercially. So if you've seen the ministry and myself here with the chief executive, it is on that line that I am coming for us to sit and see how we work towards achieving that campaign promise and making it such that our brothers who are in the Okada business will have their own licenses and satisfy, well trained to be able to transport our passengers or our people on our roads.
And here OTA Transport Minister Mr Joseph Bukali Nikwe nene ena OTA ni agina we so na ya da ye ho akwakoje na bofo beton de ye ba ye betwa kasebo no eso.
Makwantu ohunsam eye medadwen nanso meyensam tro ne nti menya adaje ye hwehwemu ekohu Sunday Sam's consult na wonum nti ende metimi ba menya abre ne adaje ekenkan ye eye investigations about womo ana mehu se wo apply for visa assistance a enfeli efri se wonum ewo track records madansi die nie ma menintreo Sunday Sam's consult edi britia wabi ebeje wo visa amount. Say United Kingdom, Canada, Dubai, Poland, Croatia, Nafe Kradia, Serbia, any Greece in so abeka ho work permit etchere. Ma mentre wo mo etchere kwan. Sunday Sam's consult ewo Ofanko barrier, Asofan, our Bay Wise Park Hotel, ewo Asofan New Station hono. Phone number 0244 291546. Email address nso samuel626@gmail.com. Yeti ehudi enti, we connect dreams with opportunities. Emanenye wadwendwen, frɛ wonom na nso bedi adanse empo asede media.
Yamama akwaba afi yento akasebonse yafi anifa nkyeremu ewo bono matanum na nkra beto de akasebo pono so kyeremu sem meka sei adehia mo wobono ene ne mpotemu no titru ne ma no HIV ena ne AIDS no adokura manfo pa wobono mpotemu abanya semkuma kram na hwehwema hodo a efri Ghana Health Service mpanifo aba na kyeremu se emando do na ene HIV AIDS no wonom etimanya bi ewo bonne mpotemu na mpanifo ka so na mu kyeremu se ebobosu metwam yi ewo mfempemi nu ne adonu nan mo no enipa dodo amatumi abomaden akwatiti HIV ene AIDS nasra ewo bono mantemu no eye empem du baako ahanan ene baako 11,401 ene persons ameke se omobomaden eti HIV AIDS ede asra wo bono ene mpotemu na breakdown ni ema no eye mako empem nwotwe ahanan ene adwewotwe baako 8,481 ene mema no so eye empem mienu ahanson ene aduonu enson 2727 ana moye mema wo matin yade ni bi e de asrenti so kwote mane de free mema ne de ma se mane de mema ne ka eye empem nwotwe ahansia ene aduoson en 9 8674 ene man kwa mwate yade ni bi asra we say ratio we de mema no yade nkonimpa wabo ne matanim na eye Mr. Emmanuel Oben eye hinne ono na eye bono regional HIV eye coordinator Edema Ghana Health Service ena ogazire o kiremi sem hwihwima ma ye ne de kiremi se HIV AIDS no atua de sepa wabo ne matamu a etete panamika se de mema ne de ne yakitwa ne mema no omatia sra emebon ne potem de abade koi de edi twemu asama na nhwem ye kuruma HIV AIDS no wanhwa na atwini pado na dem kopie mu ewansia do enti wenso ne crowd we free bona e ba HIV AIDS ne Sikapa ema na yese adokro mo pa e wo bono ne potem
na omunya free he
na den se o mo kwa se be ko hwe mapo mu din mu ene koto dwa se ma no matia sra
enti na che se mema ne se so mo ko hwehwem
se mema na ko hwehwem percentage wise ne ma na ko mema no so akwa na mo de di twam ya fi ani nkyere Facebook no senga kan Ghana fo adwe nkyere na amemfa ni sei we ye free piaga nchen ena o kyere mu sei kisi aja ben wanya mesco yo yate Kofi Parliament o kyere mu sei kan ovoliata need to be apologize for us yo o me pa ye cho on o kyere mu sei die ka se bo no e live pa inside bobi aguna bobi kuma sina ye da sei wo fa kai kwame kuma second yo president no kyere mu sei Mr. OSP kisi aja ben pa de se won prison ne de Edin pa o kyem se former Maslock boss no so o kyem se yes Edinam tema kro no mfa no ko na onkogo dem every no so kata so se bon ho ye pa ye da se pa sa won so do adwen kyere no etimi etiapa gana ne ye ba won chen de se ni bunu mantem o mu kyere mu a e ma no HIV AIDS no enipa ma kom empem enwotwe ahana ne eye aduawotwe ba ko no matia sra mema ne de akitua bi empem mienu ahanson ene aduonu nson ye de akitua bi pe ne yenyaye amu kyerem se HIV yes no ekum ni papa na Ghana for yentua hofo Ghana ni wote a wosomu sen ene HIV yes na se Ghana for mfa ho hwi bi o amanfo ne mma ne kwade dampo a agi yese omko no ro ne so mwa obura maajo
ya nyao
fona nana
bra
utimi ntimi nida boni tena yenko
were brofo munya abutro na munya ahwiye
yate
na ne amese ne se omo bi nso inu aye de be mo no mo make sure so mbede
ombe no
se be ya obetuma di enkinyache na omo ma kan so hwe omo hoyi
matisinia vera se pa hello majo
Adwoa ni Kwadwo
sa kwade atama committee 11 mayentie o
utwi media no pa we pa
facha me na mre ne tian sak facha me pa
mi phone na frɛ pe na me so me frɛ
mi pacho facha me na mre ya tamo ni ntra mi pacho facha me mre ni ntia wadama mati
me say ya me work kan so mo nya bi mo de ano mo hwe mo huye mo mfa enskredi mankrofo bibiri me mo hwe mo no mo duro no
yo
sani ya me bra 49 na kan obianum na duro pepepe
yate yensu yada se pa sa kwade tema community 11 obetimi apa 05340 50199 and f 0593 40 6565 hello majo good evening and how for dinner bia kase free
mpa cha do ni mpa 6 years global
yes ye say ma no dodo na titia sra o
you be ni dai abaka yesu okuru mu ha idie e man bebrebe tin but I was say ye hu kasa kira ye ni omo be kasa se na be ya owo fa nko san nkofo so iti ti enya akwasa yan kasa ye wo phone so e ma omo akoma so omo ye mu adere etu entimi twa da obi e no betina ma etu twa e akoko
okay
nti obi e be kasa we de so don kasa ye se na be ye omo obi no makoma be to omo yem
na chese de wanya bie ne kura se ne widi ni se odi agro de besan
de bi wanya bi be widi ni it most because I think what na kwanchen
ono nko anko wuom
da bi odi agro be beta yen kokko omo
yate
wa medas
wa dwente ne mu de pasa no manam usu betimi aba 0534050199 0593406565 yes ni yes HIV Oh, yale no. Adokra manfo wo bono pa man de ye adwo nko. Hello majo. Hello, good evening.
Good evening,
Kwanso Napolitan kana wo shebni wan free man fia. Waso ba hye o. Free mu kra na emre nti boy nkomo na yenko na package na me konso.
Ne baba ne say. Ememru na mo ba no. Omo to mo fo pa. HIV ni jabroso na me si valve yi. Ebe butu kram.
Say ye china pre.
Yo, intinu the best ni say. Na nsia be ma enne nka sa ni enkokoda.
Yo.
Ema ya ase enkrofo na mu chinchin no so no. O say ya eto enfo.
Ya da say.
Wofa bye.
Me da say pa wonso baba. We Ghana ni na enam mre ntini ye gina so. Na kase bo no ye dia si. Kase bo mu se mufo eye maize. Mebe entwi ne se mo ede ema yen. DJ Omalio ne de ekopie mo wo Facebook Christmas kase be wonya bi ehwe ye. Enani mienu abeso animre no eye Kwadwo ni Adwoa kase bo. Meden ade takrade Kwadwo krom twabe wo de hye kronkrom ala dwenimpon. Nhyiraba Kwadwo Sammy B mene.
Adwoa Agyei Sikapa.
Yes, araso ama pakan GH Ghana fo nyina sports presenter papa. Obetena se no de akwa papa so nsema hodo wan kan so atoa so ediama ye mo nyina da mo enitia adehye.
DL Power Sports emu ade ejawom dead. DL Power Sports emu ade ejawom dead. DL Power Sports emu ade ejawom dead.
Abusia enanyumre mayansama wa Adwoa ensama wa kwaba emfamra nkram pumpuni mantam agiatum kasafidie kese ba kopeso DL ohanisia echiripo enkron na yawada anyumre emre wiedu sa gudie momnante yesin kunya na gudie monsama yakwakopede akomasemufo wagibratna se wasam ewu so osone so intebeni nyina waye fimni akaide osi emodu tiefo editie sa wote ohwefo edi hwesa ohwe na yen okafo nso no edi kase yaka ene yatna se na anyumre a yede babesoma ya gudie monsama edi adane edi adencheche bumfumpa ewo Ghana ha ebibrem ene broni cross ya turidin DL Power Sports update ena nanyumre yatna sia yede ebabesumunti babibia obia yama wadwo ama okwabe ne yentna na yamfa DL Power Sports update ya wada nyumre die emfa embedown na yetna sise dia channels famame se eye dwumakuo bia dawroma ena omodi omusika so yase se yamfa DL Power Sports update Thursday evening edition no emfa embesmo na asida kese enkoma Lumba ensupa enanyumre utie mi ansu abadwama so a eye de emuda ho eye krogin na wonoma ebe boa wuru nipadua na nyawa ejina na so dia ma no eno ani Lumba ensupa enti utie mi nanyumre babibia wo bia no Lumba ensupa na fiefie mo monjibi emfangu mu fridges mo eno achi nso no mo amotunton so traffic mufuo no eno achi nso no program bia abafie a wo ye say ye wedding outdooring in the bibia program a ye fa Lumba ensupa no e serve wa wo provision stores amotunton so Lumba ensupa no ena mekanfo de amamo eno achi cars na mu distributing so no monso mekanfo Lumba ensupa no edi amadwumadie bia wudi a wo behia nsuo de eno ani Lumba ensupa mo amowo danceman ene ne mpatem awon kran no o say atadwe matedende esa sem madam abanyameche inde oye so distributor ewa danceman ene ne mpatem obehu no appear to slain oben Lumba sport no from madam abanyameche ewa 0557 349 401 Lumba supano pebia to a ube piem ewo DLFM ya kachi ya won kran agbogba janshi ya ne Wisconsin International University no ena edi animhwe ewon kran ha ewo agbogba janshi oba ya so ya obetumi enya biato na bibia ya kama edi amao ana friend numbers we na babibia obia no empen for di bibegu kamo na ya babe yidi amao eye 0555 na wabo 5 miensa 274757 and 0577475343 Lumba and Super Kitamo and Nanyumre ama the DL Power Sports update no Eddie Eba Beda baby bia obiano yama wadwo ama wakwaba ene antena na yamfa ensamona medam yenti we yaba na ya sifem na yede ensamona de abasira kese enkoma kwame afum from afar otechire yede ensamona eba DJ Omarion obepiemo e ofidiem a ode ato aba funtintan kese ne so DLFM 106.9 Facebook ubenya bi ahwe and afensu uramo ewo YouTuber DLFM 106.9 also YouTube no ubenya bi ahwe na nwumre mi ameti akunya kese made nsam no edeba no edi ameje so no ayensu ano de hye apakan GH the blessed kiyenti we ye ba ye besi family atuja na nwumre ede agudiem nsam no ede ababesomo
Apakan GH wede nyansa de wadiawo wo interview wo kasai wa hobrase wo radio mu kire se wo yo pabe ne wo radio mampa enti kajagu
ene ayumre ye kajagu mene ye sifama tujade nsam no ede amaria yensha siam famfi Ghana ha yendie mo ye wia ne apiem awobroni kroso ewo amanone na ye de ehode no ede amaria Ghanaian live on Facebook DLFM 106.9 onso no ye live wa obetumi ahwe dwumedie no na bibia ye kama ede amana DJ Omarion project a black satellite efa to Facebook efa mame esanse Afcon 2025 under 20 memano ebekoso our Ivory Coast ebesha see 26 April na atuomu sakosi 18th May 2025 na meno ka say empenefo akwakoye draw no beto dwa Ghana ye piemo ewo group A enti coach Desmond of ene ne mrante no omo group A obenya oma ye friend Cote d'Ivoire the host nation ewo Democratic Republic of Congo me piemo Ghana me man Ghana ye piemo ewo group A ena Tanzania wo ye group ni nyina maudia uram ewo group B a obenya Nigeria Egypt South Africa ene Morocco ena group C no Senegal Zambia, Kenya, and Sierra Leone. Enti under 20 memano omo Afcon ebekoso ewa Ivory Coast and for kwaya draw no in the center group netia and then you ya Daniel Chile ede amao one samfu from Nowaka 2016 and investigative journalist ye friend Anas ekwaye expose ema ochi ora kwesinya nteche se ene ojiji jiska na etia FIFA mra ya bane kwesinya nteche CAF esone so eno achinso no Ghana ye de no ekopiemo court na asem kopiemo court no na kwesinya nteche ne lawyer for no ese ora ye friend Anas sa mask na o hye wonanim no oyi no mra court na omedia dance ye omo bono obeba oma in the court eco trans no na mami a ye friend leadership Justice Mary Laos Simmons say no Anas ayen adwen say oyi mask ni mfinanim na oma no meyi na no na o mekanin sam de ane owura kwasi nyantachi we discharge no onfa no endi entimeno kase kwasi nyantachi in the Accra High Court discharge na yede awonsam ade ato wanim enne anwumre enso wonsam fufrom no yempiemo ewo honorable Idi Kofi Adam Sakache oye MP edema buem constituency sanso ena oye sports and recreation minister wakasa osi eneno obepiemo ewo Ghana ha ekamia se abribia ya awodo contract edema contractors adwuma yedema omo kwa omo nyanyani ye enti ono wabe ebano sports contract awodo so mbe awode a wo contractor no ese omo issue license edema na unya bi na se unya sa license na wadwuma na oye no ombe make sure so ombe hwe se eye ne kwam anya ne kwam a no matumi atia unti according to honorable Kofi Idi Adams no osi wabe on sports and recreation ministry no ombe make sure say before mbe award the contract ediama contractor be say onkoye sports infrastructure be no o license say na be adwuma na oye no ombe tumi amomani akwa adwuma no na waye adwuma pa.
We will be introducing a lot of also licensing regimes. So I don't know whether Works and Housing Ministry license some of these contractors. If they do, the Sports Ministry itself will also have to issue you with another license for you to qualify to go and do any construction that is sports related. We will not just allow people to just walk about and say that they go, I'm a contractor, so I am going to do this. You need to be licensed so we can follow through. So if we license you, we regulate you. And when we regulate you, we would make sure you are doing the right thing.
Honorable Idi Kofi Adams atwane Samson Odituga se ube PM our Ghana AstroTurf dodo na no na yaye wo krodium ananso ni nyina no akoye synthetic AstroTurf na ono wabe no obe make sure say synthetic AstroTurf na yaye na ni poor quality material no ewo fam yetumi ka so AstroTurf yaye de ebedibe infiedu nanso acha fe ba kopɛ nsuo to na wuru ni nyina ko no de on support AstroTurf nti wabe obe make sure say ye be for hybrid AstroTurf na synthetic material no enso natural grass kakra etumi abafra from na ye quality na ye better na etumi meet standard European any African standard no na aboa ma yetumi nya quality pitches abosobo krodium.
These synthetic pitches that we are doing all over with some of the material poor quality material. And AstroTurf, these synthetic AstroTurfs are down, and sometimes we are told you're supposed to have a lifespan of 10 years. After a year or two, one rain and it's washing everything away. I'm not for it. I'm for the hybrid that mixes the synthetic and the natural so that it gives it a better life and then a better flair for the players to use, both local and foreign. So I'm all out for such technology. That is what is working, and that's what has worked in many of the areas. And the truth is that it's even easier to maintain. We really need to know it. We can't continue to have instances and situations where our pitches are so bad, for which reason sometimes we get banned.
Honorable Idi Kofi Adams atwane Samson ebisanse honorable wabe ade ba kwa wa Ghana ane se obete na federation bi association bi international tournament bi yebewie echi no obonse na nkrofo na ekọ ne yebehwem no na omonye sports related people and afensu yetumi ko international tournament awodo na athletes any officials edwane ebewie echi na de animguase kese de abroman Ghana na honorable Kofi Adams wabe anamontu obe na obetu afa and o se wabe obe make sure say before ansana NSA National Sports Authority any sports ministry no ebe grant federation be ana ombe boam no menya visa akọ major ana international tournament be no e say o make sure say oba be kire sam pampa officer association ana federation o ansana NSA any sports ministry no e di wachi no wakwa konya visa na so mo ye ne sa athlete ni officials awodo ayo mo tournament edwane made animguase de bro my Ghana no etu betwa na sanim guase no ebi emba biem.
You hardly will hear of proper athletes absconding. So what it means is that you must put system in place such that only athletes attend and not people who are selected as athletes. Because some people just sit there and when they hear that there's some tournament somewhere or some meeting somewhere sports related, then they create a letterhead and say we are this group, we are going. Then they come without any indication of any training or competition and nationally to show. So before you bring in a letter for introductory note for a visa, for it, you must have proven that if it's table tennis, there have been a certain consistent competition of these persons you are even bringing that have taken part with evidence to show before the ministry or the NSA will get involved.
Honorable Idi Kofi Adams MP ma buem constituency afenso no ono na oye new sports and recreation minister na wetumi atene nka wansam from no yempiem ewo Mr. Jerome Ochirakache oye mi senior Koforidua sectec emmeremamba ebusia kese Eastern Varsity oye mi senior ewo eno Mr. Jerome Ochire na oye former editor edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko Express osi owura ye friend Kwadwo Kreku oye Ghana Football Association president no se wetie no ahwe ni dwumadi a waye ni titiriu dwuma oye ewo FA Cup as a committee chairman na ohwe dwuma Ket ye wo pa na obi ka kire se Ket enya competent a se onjintum na mo Kwadwo Kreku problem na kwakoye se o laki ye koduro huhum no ena afenso no ade abako a Kwadwo Kreku ya hwere no woni dwumadie mu ene se ase ye koduro huhum no eniwo ena afenso na asem no okokan se ontumi ne na tamfo enya adwuma no kamia se ye tirimupo a woni tim ni nyina ka obi ena ma adwuma na oye as GFA president aye den dia ma no ema football atete proper ansam e okrodua mu a
I have listened to Ket. I have watched what he did especially with the FA Cup, the MTN, nobody can tell me that he's not competent. It's a lack of will. The missing link is in the fact that when he was FA Cup committee chair or a member of the committee, he was working under a different system. The system had its own problems. He then knew the problems there. He wanted to chart a new path, and we saw it. He gets power, and he refuses to commit to the things that he knew are good. I'll give you an example. You see that comment he made that I don't work with my enemy? Nobody says that. President Mahama is still appointing people. Look at the appointment he's done. Some people are not happy because in the president's mind, these are the people who think, oh, I should have been there. President Mahama will not come and say, I don't work with my enemy. But everybody knows that he will only pick people he wants to work. That very statement of Kurt was a signal to the intent he had.
Mr. Jerome Adwoa Samson say what to say. Ghana Football Association Disciplinary Committee a charge a fine Accra Lions 5,000 Ghana Syria dan oma kwaka say omo ko ball and a referee ewi omo and a face officiate na Ghana no very very poor nti omo nyamaye and Mr. Jerome bisa say na Accra Lions omo boni oma ye ne sen and o se ono de obeka no aka ne biem say GFA Disciplinary Committee no masa ekamia ese omo adwuma na omo ye no ewo fam enyama nkoye baako sei emfa emomo na obi kwaka se referee wia na enyama nkoye wo Ghana football ma se we de ye nyina ye ni musem na nana pole busuafo mfa nche no asem na Accra Lions ekan no na daddy emande obi tumi wura park so na yakwo ne sekan akunu asem Accra Lions kai ye nyina ye ni musem Ghana Premier League na say to the level say na obi kwa park ye wone sekan kuno na Ghana Premier League na ye competent enti asem na Accra Lions kai no already ohun problem o na mom no sa disciplinary committee dey also account asema or their money fancy.
What has really changed? I read yesterday that was it yesterday or this morning that Accra Lions have been cited for
they've been fined 5,000.
You see, the disciplinary committee of the FA, they are not in touch with reality. They are not, and that is why there will be problems like what we are seeing. Everything Accra Lions put in their statement is being played out. What is happening? The family of Pole should forgive us. Is a testimony of the thing. So you punish them for what? What are they punishing them for? For making uncomplimentary remarks about the league on social media. But this is a league where somebody can pick a knife and stab. That league has any integrity?
Mr. Jerome Agyei, senior Koforiria Sectec, former editor, Edema Kumasi Asante Kotoko Express, and I want to Ghana said me Mr. Jerome Agyei ni jano tutono me pe bruta o tro fire the go FNS wa enya sem keto ne kwakwa no ene yase Mr. Jerome Agyei house of folk ene kotoko asori omo senior senior ombe make sure se bi nsi bi mentine omo ka kire FNS se sponsorship ba league no so omoje kese TV right so omoje kese then I obeka chom no si we no na kotoko ne house no ma dache e no ma se baby edu no ma dache so munyane na omo kire omo panini e wo Ghana enu achi nso no efe na nkasa na ada nti house ne kotoko ehun se e so munyane efe no na omo de omo nan si fam na nyama sesa enu nti e na house ne kotoko ada omo nyane asori a ene omo di ja egu efe ne so
has wants increased percentage of TV rights. You see, one of the questions I've asked is, when and how do they want this? Because in the absence of nothing, I can't make any demand. If there's no food on the table, and I'm saying, give me salad, give me this, give me... How am I going to get it? So, putting everything together, what I see is that they only want to shake the system. The point I'm making is that I feel Kotoko and House of Folk now see that they are dache. We've been sleeping for long. So let us wake up and shake the system that is also slumbering. And unfortunately, we're also part of the slumber. So let's do something to awaken the system so that the system realizes that things must change.
Mr. Jerome Agyei, a former editor of Kumasi Asante Kotoko Express, and Watenenka and so on. Eric Alagidede, a former general manager, Edman Swateman FC. or say in the Encratana Kotokone house, Ediako PM our GFA, Nyama Bia, or Mokika woman say Yanyama, and ya possible. A bit to say referees, Yanyabaya or her, and Sana Ghana Premier League venue be an game. Etumaba, so say Ghana and police numbers in the crown, our family now can say match venue biano, Yama police for Bay or hands and a game about with the where the United National Yashia, you will say any possible da. Na Ghana Premier League, ya bodada. Now in the middle of the Ghana Premier League, no, now all can same way or say dabi. Rich na has in the Kotoko Epeno, a biwa neyano, a bear dinty a bear, or munyabo for request nibia, or mu making Eric Alagidede.
You see, some of the demands they are making, they are not things we can do looking at where we are now. We started the league season. Unfortunately, along the line, just a game into the second half of the season, someone has to lose his life. It's something nobody wishes for, because as a journalist going to cover a game, it can happen to you. Me as an administrator, can happen to me. The ordinary fan out there, it can happen to anybody. It's a very unfortunate situation. But to say that in the middle of the season, if we really know the statistics in terms of policing in Ghana, look, some of the things we are asking for, they are not doable. It's not possible, because one policeman is to 100 civilians in Ghana. That is the ratio. That is the ratio. So how do you gather if you have 18 clubs and every other weekend you are supposed to send 800 policemen out there? It's not possible.
Eric Alagidede, former general manager, the man in Swatreman FC, and I want to Sam Johnson, aka for you, a former player, the man Black Stars of Ghana, say Kotokwane has. Nanke se mo sorry da na mo de mo nan si fam e hye efe no mo ye nyama e be boa yen football na mada na mom se ne ye kana is better late than never mada che na ndem asore ye mo de mo nan si fam e hye efe no on be ye nyama e be boa na nka mo sorry enka ne na mo ye nyama nka e be boa e hye efe no se weni e no mo ye be boa na nka ye ndu ba bia edu se ye be kwa agoprama so ne yakwo obi sikan ku na mom na si dada ha se ne kotokwa tena se hu se so mo sorry buana Ghana football ni gina dia any way no ne kwan so ano no.
To tell you gospel truth, is better late than never. And let's sit here. So we yet that if some people do football, I can not prevent it that way. But football people, football people, football people, football people, and I'm because of our football people. But they ask me for the I don't think if you look at
Sam Johnson for you and Yatwa Subisan for you. Na Ghana Premier League na ebinom se babia due ne ne IC de yentwama yantoa so biem oni omo ya adwen ana Sam Johnson for you se da bi mo amokasa oni mo nya adwen teams na top players omo tu omka ebinom so e was sponsors ne person mo bo league no na omo nya mileage na okase yentwa league no na ma yantoa so a clubs ne beside no manya ska de fi sponsors no na ombenya ska ne wen na omo de tu omo players kanti mo amo say league ne because of Nana Pole woni ti yentwa no according to Sam Johnson for you or see on the money adwin.
That one, I don't agree with that one because teams, they are playing the league. How much players? The government or the federation and everything, the federation to give them money to play the play because they have small.
Sam Johnson, aka for you, a former player, the Black Stars of Ghana, Watenenka, Mr. John Ansa, a Ghana League Class Association, new chairman, Wabaye Bisanse chairman, Wabe, Nyamani, Jumana Kasa, Kosan, or say pressure, a one is you, Paisan, and Chibia, Yababa President Cup, match Yan Yababa, into Wabe, Onimrekra, a sudden and I see from not to Tunyama, na Edimaniano, O Quayo Befaso, now organize a President Cup, Mr. John Ansa.
There's no more time for us, especially within our first assignments. We have a new president in the country to as well. As to how he can meet our program is another issue. We always play the President Cup the 5th of March, and then the next day should be independent. He has a right to choose where he wants us to have that competition. And so we have to go through all those things. That is another one thing that will be immediate tax that we have to tackle. That
Mr. John Ansa, a new GACA chairman, and what's in Kano, senior sports journalist. Your friend is Sadiq Adams, aka Obama, or you're one of the finest and respected journalist a Ghana yawo or a role model edema yemubi na oka omo organize edema Save Ghana football demonstration no Sadiq Adams aka Obama can be na Sadiq Adams Obama say sa ewuruka sem ne etutura sem a ekoso ewo Ghana football mu no yawo subo bi a yamfambo Ghana Premier League football administrators no omo ana ye hye supporters ni kutupa ema se ewuruka sem no aye omo kokoye omo a omo nti omo players ka omo nya park papa ma ye mmoso ball sponsorship omo nya bi omo ya wo Ghana enkoye na ne omo be nya ne so omo nya 5 series bia na sabi omo de ato petesi e de amankrofo anom na omo hye omo kutupa sem Momra Stadium na mo be ye uruka 70 se tutura sem no a ekoso e wanya agopramaso no ye wo sobo bia according to Sadiq Adams Obama or see fambo football administrators omo Ghana.
Most of the Ghana Premier League administrators are the centerpiece of hooliganism. They cannot pay the players. They cannot do their pitches. They cannot water pitches. They cannot get TV rights. They don't have sponsorship for their clubs. The only thing they can do is to incite fans, give them money to buy alcohol. I have stayed in most of these communities. I know the hooligans. I know what they buy for them to come to the stadium, threaten the referee, because we don't even pay the players. The only thing we can do is to give you 500 cedis, share among 20 people to go and beat the referee. Scare him so that they can get you some cheap penalties. They incite people to do. Why would they not play it down?
Sadiq Adams Obama Twanen Samson Oditu Gase Sports Minister Wabei ese wodo na nsi fam na sadie yesi no o make sure say ebinsi na Ghana Premier League no be nsakra ewom na si yebenya even 3 teams kra no ye qualified say on bebo Ghana Premier League na eye chi say yebenya ne dodo na sebe omo bobo ewo nwuram na omo sore nso asabi nkura sesam nko a e na aka omo ye Sadiq Adams Obama.
Government should, and this is a call to the new Minister for Youth and Sports. I have met him and I'm trying to get a wider scope of the things going wrong in the game. We have presented a petition to Parliament that included this aspect of hooliganism. I think that this should be a watershed moment for Ghana League. It has come rather unfortunate and regrettable, but at a point where the minister can take things up and transform Ghana League. If at the end of the day we have 12 teams or 10 teams with the requisite infrastructure, paying their players well, competing, it is better than this 18 club league where they are playing in bushes with bush attitude. We are in 2025, for God's sake.
Sadiq Adams, the sports Obama, or say in classes, and Omoya Ghana Premier League, no what two jabruta. Yeah, the local AC Ibrahim Anyas Tanko, a new coach at the Nhyiraba Sporting Club, or say hooliganism no enya net. Ene shasi o Ghana football mu na we ebiesie amayaka yampamua ena afen so the big one akobane se yeku obi na we de unfortunate say sadie we si ye condemn na wa ma ebusia ni nyina yakọ say we si na nia esi ebe ya yenyina so na yamfansesa nyama bebre ewo Ghana football mu na say tutura sem ene awuruka sem na yekoso ewo yen stadium ni ade no etu etwa.
Yeah, I mean, we have been spoken about this hooliganism throughout the season, and I mean, this is not the first time. I mean, it happens a lot and people complain, but nothing I've done about it. But this is a serious one. I don't think because of football we have to kill someone. And this is a very, very bad day for Ghana football. And I hope that the authority will take it to the last point so that they will punish the perpetrators and give the justice to the family. And I hope that through this one too, our Ghana football will be sanitized. Those who are doing all these things must sit down and think about it again. You can't kill someone because of football.
Ibrahim Tanko Anyas, a Nhyiraba Sporting Club, omu coach, ena watene nkana. Ya money too, ewa amanonini fancy na Accra's finest, after drive time host, DJ Hitman, embe woso, enyumre enso ewo ho. Na Dr. Budoza, yes, osi ochia DJ Hitman. Enyumre. Enti ya money too amanoni andra, UEFA Champions Games echo so resort Club Brugge. Etna fie Atlanta bombe kami no mutimu bakon AS Monaco so tena fie ema Benfica ko bombe kaba comment me anti ena so Celtic Endra etnafie ema Bayern Munich ekobo me kapole mienu ema mo team ba konso ena Feyenoord etnafie ene AC Milan ana Feyenoord etnafie ehye kane ba ko AC Milan entumi anti enso so wo ha yede enwonsam ade amawo na UEFA Champions League no DJ Marion Fabrante FM Sewu Gurasi efa to so emame na Sewu Gurasi ebo ne ball ede ma Borussia Dortmund ofigini ono ene yakwakoyi ni say player of the week ono ena saba sobode akwama na UEFA Champions League team of the week say net ye Gianluigi Donnarumma e Paris Saint-Germain da goal post mo okọ benkuma fem wa defense wa obenya Brante FM Stevenson or Dortmund enso na wenya Reed oboboku ye friend Feyenoord ono so e nimfa fem wo Gatti ene Dayot Upamecano ene ebo 4 and 5 no na Gatti ewo Juventus ene Dayot Upamecano ewo Bayern Munich okọ mfimfini wa Jude Bellingham ewo Real Madrid Vitinha ewo PSG omo ene omugina holding midfield no na behind them no Brante friend Pixao or Feyenoord ene Vinicius Junior ene mienu na omu leading lines no enso Brante ye friend Vinicius Junior ene Brante ye friend Sewu Gurasi ene Pizza almost LED lines no and so Pavradis any Sewu Gurasi and LED lines no yeah de I want some mandra one game ekemo our English Premier League answer repeat ebia one te result no and opanedia Everton etna fiendra and bobo kwefe Liverpool equity obi a shere yonko eka mienu and so yeah de want some edema na ne ayedi 2 years rebo no UEFA Europa League no so knockout phase playoff in the first leg na Etoja na Europa League ya boss 66 minutes FC Midland Atnafie ema Real Sociedad akobo mekami no o matimu ba kon Fenerbahce Atnafie sha kanemi ensa Anderlecht 20 ena Fenerbahce ashe ekano ba kon Victoria President 20 no ya boss 69 minutes Union Saint Gilloise enshebie Ayas ashe ba kon ya boss 64 minutes ebo 8 pm games ambabe boss nyina no ebeto ja AZ Akma ne Galatasaray bebo FC Porto ni AS Roma bebo FC 20 ni Bodo Glimt bebo na Port Thessaloniki ene Star Bucharesti sese o masom di na yen FC SB omode aboani enso so wo eno eye Europa League Conference League na ye di ewie no monso no knockout round play of first leg no ya bo 69 minutes Bodo enhye Shamrock Rovers ashe bakon NK Soch ashe mieno apo ni Kosia atimo bakon TSJ back ana TSC Baka Topora Ashebako Jagaronia enso Ashebako ena afenso Vikinga enso Ashemienu Panathinaikos 20 ebo 8 pm Borak Banjaluka eni Omonia Ljubljana ede bebweni FC Copenhagen eni FC Heidenheim ebebo KC Ghent eni Real Betis ebebo na Omonia Nicosia eni FC Pafos omonso ede abwania yedi enwonsam ede emau enso so Pau Kubasi Spain akwala wese wedi mfie no edun otwepe obo Barcelona oye central defender officially no Pau Kubasi extending a contract 4.5 years 4.5 years and I was signing until June 2029 and a Pau Kubasi etna na wabone ball e dey amabobo ku a ye friend Barcelona anti Barcelona for no monshane some farmer say Pau Kubasi extending a contract 4.5 years and I was signed until June 2029 so na Arsenal for no in the omediemia in the official Kai Havertz we pra wenya hamstring injury okoye surgery na report eba say this season on to me mbobo biem aye de won some de ma ye de si DJ Hitman ba wa be woso so masa enyama DJ Hitman de ba nwumre no hu ne surprises ahodo de ba wo show ni so no hu brutal Facebook ni padodo na mo share enso senior Conti na wo share Josephine Osei na wo hwe na afenso no Kwadwo Ken munyina na mo hwe e wo Facebook enso NS Kusibuaten na wo hwe na Kwame Kero na wo hwe na Madamfo Kwadwo Ken from Teshi wo hwe Abdul Salam Bosingwa wo hwe Krobia Asante na wo hwe enso Robert Quotation wo hwe Evidence GH Champion Benito na wo hwe na Miami sister from US Ama Maryland, Miami sister from US na o share and so and mo amhwe ni nyina yenchiam Dr. Bulldozer Doc Kofodia ma yenchia on anwumre Ahaji Shamu Dean wonso na o hwe yenchia and so ewo honom ena Kofitago yes Kofitago I think brekum akwaba radio Kofitago ma menchia enso wo ena mo amohwe ni nyina doso yentumi mbobodi no ma menchia mo nyina enso wo yada mo nyina se bright Awua brighto kuma seminu ano no so na ohwe bright Awua ma menchia na me ma ohye de na wadamfo pa